So today let's talk a little strategy about how to get our job done faster using PowerApps. And we're going to go through some of the template screens that come native within PowerApps on creating new screens and talk about how to take specific code and strategy from these areas as we try to do the tasks within other areas of our applications. So stay tuned. We're going to jump right to it. All right, so within PowerApps, you have the ability to create new screens, and a lot of times when people do this, they just stay at layouts here and pick one of the layouts. But if you click over here on templates, you can see there's lots of templates in here. I'm going to review a couple of mine that I found useful. This one as well, portrait print. Now, ironically, you can go ahead and take a look. We'll start here actually. So let's just label this print and then I'll walk through a couple of them. But here, if you want to create a page that you can print, or if you want to learn how to print a screen, here we have that data and we have the instructions on what to do. So let's go ahead and take a look here on select. Now this one just happens to be using print, so not a whole lot there, but if you didn't know how to print, this would be something for you to look at, right? Just print. Okay, so if we run this and we hit print, okay, it's going to automatically pull open a print and it's going to allow us to print that page, find our printer, things like that. For some of you may not have known that it's as simple as that. Let's take a look at a couple others. Calendar is one of my favorite ones. Let's go ahead and open this one up. Now notice I'm not seeing anything. Let's see if we can see something on a calendar. All right, so calendar's got some pretty cool features in it. Notice here that you have grayed out for the month that you're in. It's grayed because of you're not in that month and you're not in this month. You also have this handy little dot underneath, meaning that there's a scheduled meeting there. I put that on using one of the templates, but here I have a scheduled meeting. So you can do pretty much anything, but so that's cool just to have a calendar, right? And you can return to today, watch, and it goes back to today. But let's say that you're building an app and you want to use these modules. Well, you can start tearing them down. So let's go ahead and pull this one open here. Now look at it. Well, we have some labels and we use a separator. That's not that neat. Now there's a gallery. So what does that gallery have in it? Well, as we start moving in, we can see they're using a sort feature. It shows us a little bit about a date time format for a short date, gives us some information. That's kind of cool. Okay, so we can kind of poke around and take a look at the properties that relate to this, and we can see what we could possibly use in other parts of our code. Now notice here it appears to be pulling a variable from somewhere, calendar visible. So let me see here. If we go here and let's go to maybe on visible. Nope, I don't know where that one is, but you can just kind of take a look around and see where everything is. Here are the items giving the names, right? And here there are some other things on here. So you can just kind of look at everything. There you go right there. And you kind of work your way through. Here are the items. Here's the accessible label. All of this, right? So pretty cool stuff. You can learn about what's going on in the environment. Here, our y-axis. Notice here, that's a little different than probably some of you are used to seeing. Let's look at it up here. Y-axis, you can set the y-axis. So it's this gallery plus this gallery height, kind of puts it in there. We could also take this control if we wanted to, copy this. Well, let me see here. Those are probably individual. This, and we could literally copy this, go to a new screen if we wanted to, and use this control to do something else. Now, the one thing that we need to be careful of is that we have all the components necessary. So if there's variables and things like that that we need to be aware of, then we need to do that. But generally speaking, this looks like a pretty functional calendar. Notice we have a little bit of issues. We're not showing things, so we can work our way through it. But it's a great first step, right? So if we go down to that screen that we just created, notice that we have a gallery here. If we click on that gallery, notice that the code for the items is calendar.weekdaysshort. So if you didn't know that trick, that's a cool little trick. It works very well. You can do that. So I guess the key of this video is there's lots of cool things that you can do and export this into another project that you're working on. Let's look at a couple more that might be helpful for you. Here, let's say that you want to search for somebody. Now, I don't have many people in here, but here you can see the search is working, and I can pick myself. And now let's go ahead and close. Well, that's neat. I need to use a search in other things that I'm doing. Well, where is this gallery and where is this gallery? All right, so here it's giving me an if statement, right? And then if we look at this gallery, this is this main gallery where this is. We can take a look, see my people, right? We can take a look and see in that gallery what other things are happening within the gallery. And we can just scroll down again, the advanced tab, and look for anything. Here's a little code for Y again. So there's lots of cool stuff there. Let's take a look at another one. Email. So if you don't know how to send an email, here we'll just say sample and sample. I'm not sure who's that going to, so let's just type in Jeff Lush at msn.com. Okay, we'll just select that. And now here we have two sample messages. Let's go ahead and click on that to see if that email goes somewhere. Now, because this is a great one that we can use if we've never sent an email, right, from within our app. Now notice here that it's giving you all of the code that you can do to send this email. Notice here it's using the Office 365 send mail, text subject, text email, and then you can just say, oh, okay, well, now where is that? Text email message 1, text email message 2. You can kind of go right there. There it is right there. So we can kind of back out. What I do a lot of times when I'm exploring is I'll take this maybe and copy this off to like Notepad, for example. Let me show you some examples here. Some other videos that I've done on this topic. So Notepad Plus. So I can just copy this out and I can say, oh, okay, let me create a new one here. And I'm just going to push in the code for that. And then while I'm looking at the code here, I can go into here and I can just kind of take it apart. Okay, so I'm not sure what that is, but look, it appears two places. So I'm going to check that out. All right, and then what are these things? So I can just kind of play. It looks like it's using that Office 365 connector, which is this guy right here. Okay. Or I'm sorry, it's this guy right here. And then maybe it's not that guy. It's this guy right here. And then we can see exactly how it's putting things together and sending out that email message. So now I can send email messages. I can search. So I think you get the idea. I don't need to keep going about this. So that's kind of how you use automation, use examples, that are found within your app as templates, and then you can just extract things that you want. Here you can set up a schedule. Again, we gave the printing example. The last one I'll show you is a tutorial. This is kind of cool. Look, it sets up the little buttons, sets this up. You just got to put your data in here. Even sets up a skip for you to go to the end, and you just drop your images in here, and now you have a nice little tutorial on your app. So it's just a wonderful thing. You can take things from this, right? See different lines of code that you need. You can look over here and kind of backward engineer everything. It's really very simple to use. So this is what I would suggest you use to kind of collect stuff. Of course, videos like these that I'm creating right now may be helpful as well. There's one last thing I wanted to mention in here, and that's the use of ChatGPT. So you can use ChatGPT as well to help you find different code within your environment. So here, for example, I can just type in what is the code in PowerApps for searching for for data in a gallery. All right, so you have to kind of know what to ask it, right? Let's see what it comes up with. So here, it'll go down through and actually show you how to search and gives you definitions of what to do. Now, this doesn't always work. The code does not always work. So let's just say, for example, this code does not work. You can just say does not work, or maybe fix. Okay. Oh, here's a corrected version of the code. What's ironic is that we just pasted it in, right? We pasted it literally from this box to this box, and it looks like it's giving you the same code. So, but it's a great way to find things out, especially if you're stuck on something. So if you're in here and you're like, golly, I don't know what color fade is, you can say, what is color fade in PowerApps? All right, and let's go ahead and it'll go ahead and show you what it is, what it does, and it'll give you an example of the code itself that you can use as well. So good stuff. There's ways to make your PowerApps without having to know a whole lot. There's lots of great tools out there that can help you in your quest to build apps. Good luck.